Okay, we are
Bam.
we are live.
Howdy, Claire.
Howdy, hola. It's my favorite. Welcome. All right, so today on the Claire and Tom Show, we are going to go through number one, how to structure your course, tips for structuring your course, which is the most important thing on the planet. And then number two, how to sail through the process, make sure your course gets published quickly and be in the Leslie's good graces, my good graces, get a gold star from us so that we can publish your course quickly, get it up, get students getting in, all those good things.
Okay, that sounds good. I have a few comments and thoughts on both of these. I'm in my instructor dashboard now, so I'm just going to go into my courses. I'm going to start with a live course that I have just to show how I section off my courses or structure my courses. Here's one that's actually very popular, installing the GUI. So what we're really talking about is when you build the curriculum, the sections of your course. Obviously, you're free to do it any which way, how it fits your content. Having said that, we also want the learners to always have the same or similar experience when they go through a course. Obviously, the content is different, the slides look different, but the structure should be the same and the user experience should be similar. So what we always recommend is create an introduction section or welcome section, overview section, something introductory where you introduce yourself, introduce the course material, you set the stage for the course, right? And then at the very end, have a summary section, right? So start out with the intro section, end with a summary section. If you have any sorts of handouts or cheat sheets or anything you want the people to download, add an appendix section. I'll show you another course that I'm working on right now with that section, right?
And then I know for the summary, you often will save all of your slides as a PDF, right? And attach it as a kind of course handbook.
Yes. So I didn't do that in the past, like years ago. And then we realized every student always asks, how do I download the slides, right? And like, yeah, totally true. So now we always do. Every course we create, just attach all the slides in an appendix.
Yeah.
Everybody expects that now. You get bonus points. Your reviews will be better. People will be happier. And what I always say, add something else in the appendix, something unexpected, right? A cheat sheet. Nobody expects, oh my God, this is so cool, a cheat sheet. I love that. So that's a great place to put this. So you start out with the intro section, you end with a summary and maybe the appendix section, and then in between, that's where the meat is, right? Those are the true heavy content sections. You can have as many as you want to, but keep in mind that when you create a section, it's supposed to have more than just one lesson in it, right? If you create a section that only has one lesson in it, that's not a good structure. Then that lesson should probably be below some other section, right? So when you create a section, keep that in mind. It should have at least 2 lessons in it, right? And also, throw in a quiz too. People like quizzes a lot, right? So all that results in higher engagement, better reviews, and a greater likelihood that the student wants to see another course from you and wants to enroll in another course.
Yeah. And Leslie and I have been seeing that a lot lately. I'm not kind of all came in one wave. So it's good that we are overviewing this now. So for example, a lot of instructors have been doing SAP GUI installation as both the section and the lesson. So the name should always be different and it should be, like a chapter. So GUI installation is the theme, and then here's A, B, C, D, different lessons that are encompassed in that. All should have different names. So we've been seeing that a lot more lately. I think that people think they're synonymous, but they're definitely 2 separate functions.
All right. And also while we're here, Notice like my lesson length, for this example. So this is 2:59, so 3 minutes, little 6 minutes, almost 4 minutes. That's where you want to be, all right? So typical, the best lesson length is probably anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, right? Intro lessons are probably much shorter. Like if I introduce myself, that's a minute. At the course stage, that's 2 minutes, all right? And then the content sections, make sure they're short and quick. Because nobody wants to sit through 20 minutes of anything these days anymore. And B, the more lessons you have, you got to remember the way we pay instructors is by usage, and we measure usage by number of lesson views. So the more lessons you have, the more views you get, the higher your revenue share.
Absolutely. Yeah. I always tell instructors that there's no downside. Students want shorter lessons. That's the trend of e-learning, and you get paid more. So there is literally no reason to create longer lessons.
And they're quicker to produce too. Right?
And better reviews and just everything.
This one, it's another interesting thing here. So this is already published, so I can't change anything here. But notice this little free preview here that you have. Default, when you publish a course, we always give students lesson 1 for free as a free preview, always. Can't turn that off. But you can turn it on for additional lessons. And if you have a lot of lessons, it's a good idea. Pick a few. Let's say you have a course with 20 lessons. Pick 2 or 3 lessons that you think should be free previews so that students can take a look at it without having to enroll or buy anything just yet. So all you have to do is click on that little button, and then people can view it.
Yeah. And usually if people don't do that lesson, I will go through, pick 1 or 2, and we always try to make it a shorter lesson, just as a good free preview is probably one that's, pick a good lesson that you feel proud of, probably a short one, so that people aren't watching something for too long.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's the magic in designing your course structure. Intro section, summary section, and then the meaty middle, the creamy middle, like an Oreo cookie.
Ooh, yum. And quizzes. And
quizzes is a big deal. Everybody wants quizzes. Also, the new thing that we're going to add soon will be, I think we're going to call it assignments or homework. It's crazy. I mean, if I remember back in school, I hated homework. I didn't want any. Nowadays, people want it. They're asking for it. They're like, oh, it would be great if the instructor could add some sort of an assignment.
Yeah.
It's something that I have to do by myself in a system. There could be a system that they have at work or one of our systems, or they want some sort of assignment. So keep that in mind too.
The more you can offer of any download sheet, cheat sheet, assignment, it's just going to make your course exponentially better. And I don't think it takes that much more time. So I think it is very worthwhile to do.
I totally agree. Let me see. I don't have any courses with assignments. I was just looking for one that has an appendix. What I did here in this one is I have a lesson, a video, right? That's 3 minutes. That's just a summary. And then here I attached the PDF, all the slides in the summary section. So I didn't create a separate appendix section for it because I didn't have that much material here. If you would have a couple of lessons here, or maybe a couple of handouts, maybe then it would make sense to do a separate appendix section. The point though is you never want to have just one object in a section.
Yeah.
Try to avoid that.